Well, it's Monday. We're back again.
It's Monday, boys and girls, let's party! It's Monday, boys and girls, let's party!
All right, party pals, get your sombreros, get your hats, get your caps, get everything ready to go because we got a Monday to do, and boy, has it been a drama. Yes, Canadians, we'll say it for you, a drama-filled, but not Dramamine, a drama-filled weekend on social media. But we here are gathered together today to talk about theme parks, gosh darn it, and, well, the fact that the Walt Disney Company is gearing up to protect themselves, or is it Bob Iger? We can't tell anymore, from a huge book, an expose, and maybe revenge of the Chapek. Joining us today, we've got Ron E. Bradley of Father Bradley's Fun, as well as MJ from Magically MJ on the Instagrammies and the X. Welcome to you both.
Hello there.
Good morning.
It's
Good
Monday.
morning. It's Monday. I'm not playing it again, Ron. No.
Well, it's Monday.
And I don't think that's fair. I tried the best I can.
It's okay, poor little sad kid. Mondays come no matter what you do, okay? You're going to be all right.
He reminds me a lot of Amber Heard.
Oh my.
Ron, why would you put that on anybody? That poor kid.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
It is. It is a personal attack. Too much, Ron. Wow. All right. Well, next you'll be calling the poor little kid Blake Lively. Ron's driving by preschools these days screaming, Blake Lively, you're Blake Lively. And the kids are like, no, Mommy, no, I don't want to be Blake Lively. Folks, we are feeling very lively right here today, and that's because you have already come our way with Super Chats. Some people have been calling these Super Cats. We're going to get a clip for that. But these Super Cats are coming on the screen right now. Juliet is out there for two. One of the greatest mods in the history of moderation. Afternoon, that Park Place, and chat. Good afternoon to you, Juliet.
Juliet.
Ruby Hoove is dropping in that Park Place membership. Ruby, we appreciate you, and we'll be getting some TPP membership stuff going real soon, including, folks, if you're a member of that Park Place, you are getting early beta access to the brand new video game we're releasing this week. So if you're a member of the channel, you're getting a free video game, and we'll be doing probably weekly updates to that. So if you've not been paying attention, looking forward to giving you that video game. How many other channels out there do that for the members? Oh, we do. We do right here. We've also got Ruby Hoove saying for 21 months, have a great one. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'll add, Ruby, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Captain Fandom Nerd out there. Falcon Punch, member for 25 months. Good morning, all, and good morning to you. Hey, chat, now don't you... Oh, we started talking about Amber Heard, and now there's grumpies all in the chat. Look what you guys... Ron, look what you've done. There are grumpies all in the chat. Grumpies everywhere, Ron. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not chocolate. You didn't make it rain chocolate out there. Chocolate rain. All right, how did that old YouTube song go? Do you remember? That was one of those first trending YouTube videos. What was that? You guys remember Chocolate Rain?
I know Purple Rain. I don't know Chocolate Rain.
It was Chocolate Rain. That super weird kid with the deep voice sang it. Daniel Alpine for $19.99. As I told Culture recently, who I can only assume is Culture Casino this time. Culture will be joining us at 1 p.m. Get ready, folks. And by the way, if you're here to find out about Bob Iger and the Disney defense of Bob Iger against whatever's in this book, and it must be awful. If you're here to hear about that, we're waiting until Culture gets here at 1 p.m. We're going to cover it, though. Daniel Alpine, $19.99. As I told Culture Casino recently, when I move to California next year, I'll try to meet John Lasseter and try to convince him to cut his losses with Skydance, a campaign to return to Disney to right the ship. Well, Daniel, if you are successful, we would love to interview you and find out how it is that you, 1, met John, 2, convinced him, and 3, helped save the Walt Disney Company. What a book that would be, eh? Daniel, good to see you out there. All right, folks, the Super Chat goal today is sitting at 0 of 20 because those all came in before we set the goal, which was still 10, 15 minutes before the show. But if you would like to help us hit the Super Chat goal, Ron, did you see what the Super Chat reward is today?
I have not. Let me look. It's a Ronathon. What does that mean?
You see, Ron, last week you rose to internet infamy, just like Chocolate Rain. When you made don't act like you don't know. You made the sounds of gators in heat.
Okay.
And people have been talking about it, Ron,
Yes.
on my show, on Marvin's show. It's come up to Real Life Fake Wizard. Everybody is talking about the man who makes the sounds of gators in love.
You went viral, Ron.
So, Ron, we're going to help you go viral again. Folks, if we hit the Super Chat goal, 150 of you joining us on just YouTube alone, getting ready to cross 200 across all platforms. Ron, these 200 people, they need another Ron moment. So we're going to do a Ronathon. Fake Wizards out there says, can confirm, ...
That's
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron, see what you've done? Gators in heat. So, Ron, if we win today, if we hit it big today, if our fans love us, hug us, and send us some love in the form of Super Chats, then, Ron, we're doing a Ronathon, and we're going to give you the opportunity to not only make more gators in heat sounds, but to share with us the other things you've seen and heard across your illustrious career.
Oh, okay.
Be ready for that, Ron.
I found the man who lives the life I need. Please, high tide Harry, will you marry me? He's high tide Harry, and he should
What a
marry
perfect
me.
day for a stroll with you, my dear.
It's magical.
I love this one before we get started. I love it. Izzo's Place says, I should set up that whiskey place before you guys branch out to that genre. Yeah, so culture now has that garden place, and there's that pod place and there's that game place. Listen, the story behind that park place, I've never told this. But the story is that when we were creating the website, we wanted to create a website about parks originally. Now, it's much bigger than that now. But originally, it was a theme park website. And I was trying to think of something that would instantly catch people's memory. And I thought, well, in Monopoly, there's that park place. There's Park Place, right, and Boardwalk. And, well, if we did the Park Place, that would be great. So we checked to see if was that available. And I didn't think it would be, and it wasn't. And, of course, Park Place wasn't available. But that Park Place was totally available. And I thought, that's kind of fun. Hey, what are you reading? Oh, I'm on that Park Place today.
That's cool.
And I was like, you know what? And if we go with a certain color scheme, I think it's to be quite memorable. And who would have known? Who could have foreseen that today we'd be having that garden place, that whiskey place, that political place, that Ron place, that MJ place? Who knows, folks, where all will go? But there's lots to do. There's some things to do today, too. And that is, what if I told you there's now evidence, strong evidence, that Disney is preparing to bring a new luxury hotel to Magic Kingdom down the road? And what if I told you we've got the pictures to prove it? Let's dive in right now. Out of WDWMagic.com, Walt Disney Imagineering files new construction permit for Piston Peak at Magic Kingdom. Now, we could just do a video updating you about Piston Peak, but folks, we like to go beyond and farther and to new places that others have not yet gone. And today we're going to do just that here on That Park Place, because I think we have evidence now of the hotel that we've been telling you about for years and which was just confirmed. And they said, well, that's actually not part of this project. And many have believed that means it's canceled. But I think that we see evidence of the hotel in the construction for Piston Peak and for all this stuff. We'll talk about it. We'll show it in just a second. Walt Disney Imagineering has filed a new notice of commencement for the Piston Peak Cars project at Magic Kingdom. The permit lists Balfour Beatty Construction, LLC, as the contractor with a scope of general construction. Balfour Beatty is a major commercial contractor with extensive experience on large-scale projects across the U.S. The company has worked on Disney projects in the past and brings significant resources to complex construction assignments, and this is one of those. The use of Balfour Beatty for general construction suggests the project is moving beyond site prep and demolition work into full-scale vertical construction. Yippee! The permit lists an address of 4995 Caribbean Way, which corresponds to the Magic Kingdom expansion area where Cars Land and Villains Land are under construction. The address falls within the project zone north of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and adjacent to Frontierland. Now, we've got this picture here, folks, and I'd like you to take a gander at it. If you're driving right now and pull to the side of the road, this is a big deal. I'm just kidding. Don't pull to the side of the road. You can look at it later. But this is the full construction site. I believe this is provided by BioReconstruct. And what if I told you that the vast majority of this construction has nothing to do with turbocharging the parks in terms of building attractions? You see, if you look at this image here, just below and to the left of Big Thunder is where the Cars attraction will be, about 4 acres. And just to the east of it, and then down a little bit, is where Villains Land will go. But all of this land that has been cleared to the far right, to the top right, to the top left, and yes, even this blue building up here with the parking lot, all of that land that has been cleared is not for Magic Kingdom. It's not for guests. It's for, guess what? Something else. Now, the blue building up here is for Imagineering offices while they're working on this. I got that. But when that's done, do we all really believe that Disney is going to leave that Imagineering building over there? No, I doubt it. And so then that inspired me to go and grab a new image that I think will be very helpful for something you all should see. Folks, this is an image from BioReconstruct. And again, if you look over just above Big Thunder, that's the Cars area. If you look just to the left of Big Thunder, that's Villains Land. And then all of this land that's cleared down here, below and to the left of Big Thunder, that is for probably in the future cast member parking. But then to the right, that blue building is Imagineering. But they don't need that blue building once Imagineering is done with this project. And this land that's to the right of it, that you can see my cursor over, that land over there, that was where they put all the dirt that they needed to fill in Rivers of America. But once they're done with that dirt, they're going to have a cleared space now that they didn't have before. They also have now an area of water, retention pond, that they connect with the canal and to the Seven Seas Lagoon if they want to. And then look at this tree line area. Look at this area, folks, that is the future expansion pad for Adventureland, as well as the new clearing they have right over here next to this building. Folks, if you look at the buildings that are behind Pirates of the Caribbean and Splash Mountain, those are the parade float barns. This new area that's being cleared is interesting to me. And the reason that it's interesting to me is because they still have a way to get a pedestrian bridge from where all this dirt is across to this expansion pad for Adventureland. And what I'm thinking is, when you remove the Imagineering building, but you have a parking lot still there, you have now an area that's just about perfect for a small but luxurious hotel that has perfect access to Magic Kingdom through an expansion to Adventureland. Now, why would you not want to connect it with Villains Land? Well, you wouldn't want to connect it with Villains Land because you would not want an entrance into Magic Kingdom in the back of the park, because as the park needs to be emptied, you want to push people out towards the front. But Adventureland, that's the perfect kind of place to push your 5-star luxury resort guests, the big spenders, to their own personal access point to the Magic Kingdom. Now, why do I think all this is true? Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's lots of area. Hey, turn that audio off. There's lots of area that they have cleared now with no other purpose. And now that we've got it confirmed by Disney in the past week or so, that, yeah, they were planning to do a hotel, but it's not part of this expansion. That's why I'm saying to myself, okay, the exact place that they said they're going to do or that we said they're going to do a hotel, that now the hotel has been confirmed, but no, they're not adding it to this project. But that exact area that they would put the hotel just so happens to have been cleared for this project and could be coming down the road. So I go to you, MJ, first on this question, which is, MJ, if they do put a hotel in the future connected with Magic Kingdom, how popular would that be for those who can afford it to have their own private access straight into Adventureland day and night without having to go through the typical security, without having to go through the TTC, all of that just instantly right there? How popular would that be, MJ?
Very much popular. It started as a trend over in Tokyo, and then now we see it with the Helios. It's happening. People will pay for it. People will book it, and they will be more than happy to stay you're basically staying right in the park, right? It's really a magical experience. I've seen a lot of the POVs in Japan where, at Tokyo Disney Sea, how you could just, you're coming out of your room, you go to the lobby, and right outside the doors is the theme park. Helios has a beautiful layout as well. The security checkpoint is right there because you will go through security no matter what, even if you're staying at a hotel in the theme park. But bypassing all the parking and all of that, I mean, the transportation system, whatnot, yeah, absolutely. I mean, people will pay it, people will do it. And I think it will be a really big hit. I'm just curious about what kind of theme they would make it. If it's going to be a Magic Kingdom, if you will, resort, right? So they could do really, really cool things with the theming. They could make it like Adventureland, a little bit of Frontierland. They could put some nostalgic things from the past in that resort, and people will stay there. They will book their stays and they will stay. I just don't know if it would be a DVC resort or if it would just be one of their it would have to be a DVC because if it's 5 stars, I mean, that you're talking about what, at least 800, 900, 1,000 a night. I'm assuming, I'm not saying that that's what it's going to cost, but I'm just wondering about all of those logistics and if it would have a pool, what kind of amenities. If it's very, very small, I don't think they would have room for too many things. I don't see having like a spa. I don't believe the Helios has a spa. I could be wrong, but yeah, I would think it would be a popular option for people that want to stay right on property and have the convenience of all the perks. Getting up in the morning early, rope dropping will be a breeze, and going home at the end of the night after the fireworks show is just, your room is right there. I think it's fabulous.
Now, Ron, when we look at this, I'm very interested in your thoughts on the idea that I peruse what people are saying about Disney parks quite often, and I read the articles and I watch these other YouTubers who cover Disney parks. And isn't it fascinating, Ron, that we all know the layout essentially now of Villain's Land? We all know that this dark area and this dark area are going to be buildings, and we all know that this dark area that fills in the island is going to be sort of like a little barrier area that hides Big Thunder to some degree. We all got that, right? We all know this area that's going to be for attractions and guest space. And yet, Ron, none of these YouTube videos, none of these blogs seem to be questioning, all right, I've got all this land that stretches all the distance from, on the photo, left of Big Thunder. I want to say north, but that'll confuse people since we're looking at this from a different direction. Left of Big Thunder, to stay consistent, stretches all the way across, all the way past Adventureland. Nobody is saying, gee, I wonder what that might turn out to be. Gee, I wonder why Disney's clearing all that land. Gee, I wonder what that Imagineering building is going to become when they tear it down, because it's a very, very, very cheap modular kind of structure that obviously when Imagineers exit the project, they don't need anymore. Ron, nobody is wondering what this is going to be. And I wonder, Ron, why is that? Why is nobody curious why more than half of this project is for an unspecified land clearing for something, and yet nobody is saying, gee, 60% of this project has not been told to us what it is. And we're just all sitting around, twisting our thumbs going, nah, probably nothing. They probably just really hate trees. Come on, bro, you just don't like trees. That's what it is. It's for the environment somehow. Ron, what's going on here?
I have no idea why no one else is questioning this, especially if you've ever been, or if you've been recently back to the area that is in front of the Grand Floridian, and you see the road construction that's going on there, which I don't think we've even covered yet in this video. They are rerouting the road around the Grand Floridian, and which could mean a number of things. One of those would be redoing the area that the fireworks are placed when they do perimeter fireworks for the events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party or the Christmas party there. They do these amazing perimeter fireworks. I've even seen them on January 1st, on New Year's Eve, the 4th of July. They do perimeter fireworks. It's pretty incredible. The best fireworks shows that you can see by far. And if they happen to be needing to put a hotel there, they might have to adjust where those fireworks go when they lay them on the perimeter. The other thing about that is if you look at that road, just look to the bottom right, there's already a road that goes into that space. Sure, it's
Right, an intersection with a red light. Like, come on, people, this is not hard. I'm tired of scooping and none of you being interested in what the heck is going on here.
Also, you can move the pond if you want a bigger hotel. You can move the retention pond. That's not that difficult to do. It's money consuming, but I would think that if this is a boutique hotel, there's a number of things you can do with it. First of all, depending on and Imagineers care a little bit less about this, but depending on the sight lines, you could have it be fairly tall. I mean, you could go maybe 9-10 stories, have the pool on the very top, which I don't think. I'm trying to think, do they do that at any current hotels? No. So they could have they could have a rooftop pool. You could have a rooftop bar, because they're certainly going to put a bar in there. A number of bars. They'll probably put a bar in the lobby, a bar on the first floor, a bar on the rooftop. They love bars, so that's a lot of bars. And you could also you could even do a lounge on part of the top floor. I mean, not a lounge, a spa on part of the top floor. There's a lot of things that you could do. They could take a lot of lessons that they've learned from the cruise ships and put it in there, because you can put a lot into a small boutique hotel. And let's say that you have a couple hundred rooms, you can charge, it literally, you're going to be able to walk right into the Magic Kingdom from this. So yeah, you can charge $2,000 a night and it will fill up. They were charging $6,000 a night. Or not a night, but $6,000 for a stay at the Star Wars hotel for two nights.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, they filled it up. And of course, because it wasn't the right story, because there were some certain issues with it, the demand waned. But the demand for this is already built in perpetuity, especially if you come up with the right theming. Adjacent to Adventureland, there's Jungle Book theming, there's Aladdin theming, there's pirate theming.
You could do a hidden palace theme. I mean, you can go all out. You could do a city of gold. I mean, there's the stuff that you could do to make people feel like because this has to be nicer than the Grand Floridian. This would have to be the premier resort. We're talking about, it would be like $2,500 a night, something like that, because you're getting access to the Magic Kingdom in a way that nobody else does. Now, I don't know about going up 9 stories. They're going to have to hide the sight lines. I hope they wouldn't do it as tall as that. But a pool on the top of a 3-story or 4-story where you can watch the fireworks from the pool on the roof. Oh, man, just the money. Folks, I don't know. And we're talking about something that has not yet, they're not constructing it. So things can change. But we called out that this is what they were planning to do. We found out that they had scrapped it for this expansion, which confirms that they had been planning it. Now we're looking at this and we're saying, 60 to 70% of this entire project is for unspecified land clearing for something that, Disney isn't telling us. Maybe it's just a parking lot for cast members. But let me tell you, if it's just a parking lot for cast members, why did we need a new intersection, like Ron is pointing out in the very bottom right? Why did we need a new intersection with a red light for cast members who could just go up north to Reams Road? It's something to think about. And we'll keep covering it, folks, because we're here to uncover what it is that Disney's really up to, and we think they're up to making a lot of money off an ultra-luxury resort. Folks, we've got a super chat in, and we'd like to put it up on the screen for you. The first Dragon Queen for 5. Happy birthday to my polar bear. He was curious, so he's watching with Mr. Make sure you spritzel him. LOL, hugs for all. $5, and you want to punish the whole place with a spritzel? We can't do that for $5. A spritzel for 5?
It's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please. They picked the wrong people. Even Bree said, nah, woke is collapsing. Theater snapping.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Oh, be good, Bree. We're being favorable to you now, okay? We like you. You're like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Literally.
Ken is out there for 2. A hotel I can't even care enough to be apathetic. Ken, what would you say if I told you part of the fun is breaking the news before they can? Isn't that fun? I love to do that, you know? And so if we get it right, folks, and if in a year or two that announcement happens, it'll be so fun to say, beat you to it, Disney, beat you to it. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the enjoy. That's part of the fun. That's part of why we do what we do. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we dive into a situation where Disney might have just ruined a classic attraction? Ron, do you know which one this is?
Another one?
Yeah, another one. we need
to the list.
Who says that? DJ Khaled. Another one. We need a list. Another one. That's what he says.
Let's talk about it.
Thunder? I don't know. Maybe it's Big Thunder.
I think you mean Big Blunder, Ron.
It's showtime! Straight from the heart of the park.
Folks, out of that park place, we've got an update from Cham Lee. Did Disney lower the Big Thunder Mountain height requirement? How did they do it, actually? How did they get the requirement down where now even little bitty kids can ride it? Well, let's find out. Magic Kingdom's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is set to reopen May 3rd after being closed since January of last year with a lower height requirement. Upon reopening, younger guests will be able to ride the refurbished track as the minimum height requirement has lowered from 40 inches to 38. Disney has claimed they've completed a comprehensive review from our safety teams following the refurbishment. But what's really going on here? It says Disney has not confirmed a single reason for lowering the requirement. However, several general factors often influence these decisions. Theme parks, you see, don't set height requirements arbitrarily. Engineers evaluate how riders interact with lap bars, seat belts, and other restraints. Disney has already said they made updates to the train cars. Even minor adjustments can improve how securely riders are held. Another possibility, however, is the modification of the tracks. Crews have been seen replacing sections of the track. Small adjustments could improve smoothness, reduce sudden or uneven forces, and lower any G-force applied on guests.
Oh, man.
Now, wait a minute. Now, on the positive, right? Jeff from, not from Overwatch, Jeff, the president of Disney World, says, guests 38 inches and taller will be able to ride, so even more families will enjoy this classic adventure together. Mm-hmm. The new height requirement opens up the ride to more 3- and 4-year-olds who want to ride with their family. Well, boy, howdy, how about that? MJ, so there are some out there saying that this is not good, that the ride is being tamed down, and, you know, they're frowning on this, saying, I actually liked my Big Thunder the way it was. Others are saying, this is great. We want all the kids that can possibly ride Big Thunder be here, right? Yes. And by the way, I want to show this to everybody. Take a look at this. Something is afoot. Here is me responding to Darth Vader 92. What was I responding to? A video of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad moving exceedingly slowly in testing. And people have told us that the video, no, it's just because they slowed down the lift hills. People have said, well, you know, the weight of passengers slows down the ride. But the video's gone. They slowed down the ride? You got to be kidding me. I don't know if the ride is going to be slower. I just know the video combined with the lower height requirement has people wondering. So, MJ, what do you think? If they make the wildest ride in the wilderness more tame so that little kids can ride it, is that good, bad? Does it destroy the attraction? What do you make of this, MJ?
You guys know what I'm going to say. And the other people are going to throw tomatoes. Go ahead. Get your tomatoes ready. It's fine. It's fine. I am a happy and proud mommy, and I'm really excited to do this ride with my kids. I'm so glad that it's going to be more family friendly. I will be testing it as a person with, you guys, my mobility situation. So I would like to test it on the side of like the disability side. And then I want to see how the kiddos feel about it when they go on it. I'm really excited that Magic Kingdom, Disney World, I should say, is Disney, the park, because now we're talking about Disney, the theme park Disney, right? So I'm glad that they're making it more family friendly. This is kind of necessary because we were always complaining about things not being family friendly.
Here's the video, MJ. I don't know if you've seen this, and congrats to Drew, the Disney dude,
Yay.
for finding this. So I don't know if Drew videoed it or what, but you'll see a glimpse of one of the vehicles come by.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the speed there of the vehicle in the bottom. The top is the lift hill, but MJ, that's pretty slow if that's what they're going to go with.
It is. I mean, if you're looking for thrill, Universal's 25 minutes away. I don't know what to say. You could go on Tron. Tron is a little faster. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a little bit faster. I mean, hey, it's supposed to be family-friendly park, guys. It really
What
is.
say you, Ron? I'm a nostalgia man, and I've got great memories of Big Thunder, and I love the ride the way it is. I don't want it to change. Maybe that's just me being a curmudgeon, but Ron, what say you? Do you think they should slow it down, or do you think that Big Thunder should remain as was?
Well, I mean, the thing about this testing is it's hard to know if it's hard to know why they're running it at these speeds exactly. Like, there's nobody in there. There's not even like crash test dummy type things. There's nothing. So it's very possible that this slow run was for some particular reason. Maybe they're gauging something. I don't know. Would I like it to be like it was before? I mean, I certainly want it to have the same feel. If they are able to not change the speed of it, or even if they change the speed, still have it feel the same way that it felt before, that would be great. And then also at the same time,
Inside the attractions.
Sorry, Ron. They just wanted to tell us about it.
at the same time, allowing a few inches shorter riders to be able to go on it. I think that's a good thing. Although I will say that could mean a huge increase in the line size. The biggest question that I have,
Lightning lane,
exactly
slow
where I
down
was
the
about to
trains
go.
and give us lightning lane. Hey,
that's exactly where I was about to go. Is if we can increase the size of the line and the weight, do we increase the number of people that purchase lightning lanes, even though they don't need to purchase lightning lanes? Which, by the way, I will probably say this to my dying breath, is the most non-Disney thing that they've ever done to the Disney parks is lightning lanes. It is. I do not understand anybody paying for a lightning lane. There's nothing that to me is more anti-Disney than the lightning lane concept. I
agree with you 100%, especially when Braden from Mickey's Views, when he explained it. How long has Lightning Lane been around now? A few years, right? When it first debuted and he explained it, he was just like, you know what, this is extortion. I'm like, I'm right with you. I'm never gonna buy it. I have stuck to my will, and I have not purchased one Lightning Lane at all since we've been going to the park. But
the worst part of it is the number of times I've tested it and gone in with somebody who's like, oh, you've got a lightning lane, let me go in the same time as you and see what happens. And I either end up ahead of them or right where they are.
Exactly.
They have put money out. Some people with the premier lightning lane, $450 per person per day, in addition to the ticket cost. It's ridiculous.
So now,
ladies and gentlemen, take that money and go to Universal, get the VIP tour pass, and they'll even give you a meal for that price. Go ahead, bro.
Let me put out the calloused, cynical pro opinion here, okay? Let me just throw it down. You guys slap it down if it's wrong. I don't want to be wrong. I want to be right, okay? Show me the light if I've missed something. But if I were a money-grubbing mouse and I wanted to make a lot of money off this new refurbishment, one of the things I might do is slow down the ride just a wee bit so the line gets longer and I can charge more money for Lightning Lane. And then I might come out and say, oh, guess what we did on purpose? We lowered the height requirement. And I wouldn't say, we also slowed down the ride so you'll pay more money. And oh, because your 4-year-olds also need that delicious, yummy money to get that Lightning Lane, we're going to get them too now because they can ride. And then I do some sort of evil laugh. I would never attempt one here. Sorry. Guys, what do you think about that? The idea that they would announce this as if it's a good thing. We just found a way. You wouldn't believe it's the darndest thing. After 40 years of operating this sucker, we found a way to get the height requirement changed. But in secret, it's all about money.
Can I just say that the new CEO of the company is the same guy who announced the creation of the Cars Land at D23 and didn't tell people where it was going to go, and kind of secretly slid in the fact that they were going to cut out Tom Sawyer's Island and Rivers of America. It
Here
just
you go
a little
again.
tiny little post days after. Oh yeah, we forgot. We're going to destroy Walt's vision for the park in order to do this.
As Ronald Reagan said, there you go again, Ron. Ron, you met Josh. Josh likes you. Why are you being mean to him? He's your bruh.
No,
He's bruh Josh. Come on, man.
There was not. I mean, it was. Yes, it's technically I met him, but I don't know him that well. And look, he's.
You're shading his aura, Ron, as the kids say these days. Shading his aura. What are you doing it for?
He's a friendly face with everybody. That's all I can say, and it doesn't matter. I mean, there's lots. You know who else was a friendly face? As a matter of fact, I've heard that this guy is like, if you meet him, he's really, really nice to your face, and everybody that meets him likes him.
If you say Harvey, we're cutting this feed.
I was just going to say Bill Clinton.
He's like a car salesman, Matilda's dad. But yeah, so
I did not slow down that ride. I did not slow down that ride.
Pretty much. I think this is going to be great for families. I hope they're not using a marketing strategy to get people to buy the Lightning Lane because it's lowered height requirement, and But I forgot to tell you guys, there was testing for this specific ride with the water dummies. I just don't remember where I saw the video, but they had it was like these big giant white bags filled of water.
MJ, that is a horrible thing to call guests paying for Lightning Lanes. Just calling them water dummies. That's not nice at all.
They were testing it with the water weight bags. They'll
find the restroom one day, MJ. Okay.
No, I really, honestly, I wonder if it's a strategy, and then you get on the ride, and then it's just like it was before. I don't know.
Will we have a conference from the White House, folks? Will you see Disney take to the podium and say, I did not slow down that ride?
We'll ride the rides and see the sights, conquer lines, face our frights. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Yes, you. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. It's a happy holiday with you. Yes, you.
All right, we've got a super chatter out there. It's Paul for 5. When was Magic Kingdom not family friendly? 80% of their attractions everyone can get on. Is this why they think they need to destroy everything old? Well, they're going to bar it up. That's one thing I can tell you about Magic Kingdom these days, which, different people have different ideas about it, but I don't know. Ron, what do you think? Has the addition of alcohol to Magic Kingdom, has it had any effect on the guest experience? It's still not like Epcot. I still don't see people sloshing around out there.
Honestly, I have been so much less lately to the Magic Kingdom. I probably need to get out there and check some things out for updates. But I do have a friend that posted that she celebrated her son's 25th birthday at Beacon Barrel over the weekend. So they seem to like it. It almost bothers me, though, that I have been told that the Beacon Barrel actually has some of the best theming that Imagineering has put into anything lately. And I'm like, so why does it take a bar, a place of alcohol, to motivate Imagineering, like today's version of Imagineering, to come up with the best theming? Like that's what bothers me. Like, why cannot they give that level of attention, detail, and theming to any other attraction that's not a bar? I mean, it seems like their whole head is just filled with nothing but shape language.
I agree with you with the part, like the Haunted Mansion parlor on the ships. That theming is out of this world. It's amazing. And then the Beacon Barrel, from what I've seen, because we haven't been yet, but we will. I want to try that with the kids to see how it goes and share my experience with you guys. But the theming in there is astronomical. If they do that with that hotel, if they decide to build a hotel in the Magic Kingdom, they're going to have to bring it, because that Star Wars, the hotel that they had was it was like $2,000 a night, right? And it was like
horrible,
super, yeah. But the theming, even though it was horrible and it was based off something that is never existed or made up, that's a whole nother topic. But they have to come up with, this hotel has to be like theming out of this world to charge $2,000 a night. I mean, you need to be sitting down next to like Cruella DeVille at a lounge and watching like the piano guy singing her songs or something. It has to be super immersive, like something, out of this world, astronomical. I'm just saying, because no one's going to pay $1,000 a night for nothing. So
I wish culturally, and I know this is not going to happen, at least not for a very long time, but the more evidence that comes out that drinking alcohol really is bad for you in ways that we didn't even know about in the past. I was listening to a Harvard scientist in a podcast this past weekend. He was talking about how he feels badly because he had recommended people 20 years ago drink a glass of red wine every day. And he said, the reason for that was he wanted people to get resveratrol, which is an anti-aging, not a phytonutrient. What's the name for it? Anyway, but it's a compound that's very, very positive for your health. And he said the problem was at the time in the 90s that we just didn't know how bad alcohol apparently is, specifically for your DNA. And so I wish that down the road we could get to a place where maybe we esteem coffee and matcha and teas and that kind of thing. I know it's not as much fun. I know that young people, there's a reason that people enjoy the booze. But I'm just telling you, given what we're finding out, I would like it more if Disney could give me some high-end coffees, because I'm at the point now in my life where I basically, if I want to have a beverage that's fun, it's a coffee, and that's about it. I try to do, I'll do a diet soda every once in a while, but it's water and coffee for me, and I don't know. I think that's the right way to go.
A really, really cool, well-themed cafe.
Yeah, because Disney's handed over to Joffrey's and Starbucks, and that's fine, whatever. But the driving force behind the booze for Disney is not because they are interested in you getting sloshed. It's about margins. They're chasing margins, profit margin, profit margin, profit margin. Well, what gets you the margins? Alcohol. But you can also do that off of coffee and other high-end beverages that are not alcoholic. And at least I wish Disney would give a greater portfolio.
People will pay money. I will pay $10 for a cup of coffee in an extremely well-themed cafe where I walk in and I get to choose the character that goes on the foam part, or, the atmosphere, or, the characters around that theme. I'll pay $10 for that cup of coffee. Just saying.
Trooper Donnie says tea can give you kidney stones.
No.
Darn you, tea. Why? Why did it have to be the tea?
Oh my God.
All right, we're switching to matcha then. All right, and then going to WJB Daily for 5. Epic is family-centric, so Disney counters by making classic rides more toddler-approved. WDW Fifth Gate needs to go for thrill ride-centric adventures. Well, they could, especially if it's video game themed. Especially if it's video game themed. All right, folks, we've got a poll out there asking, what would you think about a time change for That Park Place Live? The reason we're asking this is we know that many of you out there enjoy Midnight's Edge, and Midnight's Edge, for some reasons that we won't get into, but they had to change their time back to noon. And what that means is we're going up against them, and we've got 250 of you on YouTube. We've got more than 100 on X. So those numbers we're splitting with our good friends at Midnight's Edge. If you think it would be wise for us to go to 2, that's fine. Folks, if you like us at noon, we're okay with staying here, but we're running that poll to find out what are your thoughts on it before we do anything. And of course, as always, our fans come number 1 each and every time. Ladies and gentlemen, you can help us rise because we got to get that super chat goal, or at least get closer to it. 3 out of 20. Oh my! Help us rise way up high. And then YouTube will share this out to all the folks out there. By the way, Ron, MJ, did you know we are so close we can nearly taste it now? We are almost at 30K. Almost at 30K.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We are currently at 29.9 thousand subscribers right here on That Park Place. Folks, help us get there. Help us move that needle. Let's go to 30K. We could even do it today. And then, I know Jonas is not going to like this. I know Marv is going to like this even less.
What?
We might be willing to put Wilton back on the show.
Oh, I would love to do that with Wilton. That's great. I affirm 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Let's just affirm it. We have to affirm it.
You know, most people say they would like to do a show with Wilton until they do a show with Wilton. And then, you know, they learn. Archer Merchant for 5. We all knew someday someone with a financial background was going to come in and look at the Iger years, and they should. They just didn't think so soon. Yep, they're terrified. We're going to get into that in just a few. Let's see. We've got 2 stories until then. So you know what? Let's not hold you any longer. Let's get to it, folks. We got another scoop, and let's get to scooping.
There we go. One more for the top. Triple decker, just how you like it.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Walt.
You enjoy it.
We will.
The Walt Disney Company is trying to find more ways to cut the cost for families so that they'll go this summer. It's not that Disney is feeling benevolent. No, it's that they're saying, how can we get you to come here as quickly as possible? And the quickly as possible is we're going to offer some special discounts. Disney can't say in their benevolence, they can't say, oh, well, we're going to cut the cost for Disney just outright, top to bottom, left to right. No, they're too benevolent for that. No, they're not benevolent enough. Folks, here's what they're going to do. Disney is going to offer it to a select number of folks out there. It just so happens to be the select number of folks who are paying for any tier of Disney Plus, which sometimes is as low as $3 a month, which is to say, if you want to go to Disney on a discount now, it's for anybody and everybody all the time. Out of thatparkplace.com, Disney Plus members offered summer resort hotel discounts at Walt Disney World, and this continues to be added to a number of discounts we've been seeing all over the parks, including those half-day, half-price tickets throughout the summer. Walt Disney World Resort is offering a limited time hotel discount for Disney Plus subscribers that are part of the Disney Plus Perks program, with reduced room rates available at select resort hotels during summer of 2026. Guests can take advantage of the offer now for nights between June 21st and August 15th, aka the 4th of July. Good grief! It's the nation's 250th anniversary, and Disney is offering a discount for the 4th of July for hotel rooms. And they can't come out and say we're cutting the prices for everybody. That would be bad PR for Disney. That would spook the investors. So what do? They say, oh, it's just for Disney Plus subscribers. You can get a Disney Plus subscription for like $3 sometimes. The Disney Plus subscriber hotel promotion at Walt Disney World includes a select group of 5 resorts across value, moderate, and deluxe categories. Why would they pick these? Well, likely because they're running low on their reservations for them for the 4th of July, on the 250th anniversary of the country. Disney's All-Star Sports Resort, Disney's Port Orleans Resort. Oh my gosh, I did not even know it was this low. Under $200 per night at a moderate on the 4th of July. Get out of town, man. Disney's Art of Animation Resort, this is a suite, so consider that, $250. Saratoga Springs, which is a deluxe resort, $279. And Animal Kingdom Savannah View for the 4th of July is under $400. Holy moly. And all you got to be is a Disney Plus subscriber. Now, the thing about this, MJ, is probably 90% of the people who are interested in going to Disney World are Disney Plus subscribers. So this is Disney's way, essentially, of giving everybody that might consider going to Disney World a huge discount in the summer for not just any holiday, but the 4th of July for the 250th anniversary of the country. It's Disney's way of giving that discount to basically anybody who's interested, but the investors will see this as, oh, well, they're just giving out a special perk to their biggest fans. But that's the way that Disney is hiding this and not just cutting and slashing prices.
Yeah, I agree. It's actually amazing because they also have the 40% off for annual pass holders at selected restaurants throughout the property. You have a Cool Kids Summer kicking off with America's Birthday celebration. So you have the really, really cool fireworks at the parks. Because I know Magic Kingdom does the 4th of July fireworks, but I forgot if Epcot and Hollywood Studios does them as well. So Animal Kingdom's going to be opening probably You got your early perks going in early, rope dropping.
Yep.
I saw some of the closing times at either 7 or 8 p.m. so you can enjoy the Tree of Life presentation in the evenings at Animal Kingdom. You got your free water park perk on the day of check-in, running until September 8th, starting May 26th to September 8th. And you also have your free dining plan for the children ages 3 to 9. So they are really crunching it this summer. Like, wow. I have never seen this many promotions for Disney in such a short period of time. Folks, if you do your homework, you'll score big this summer, really and truly. And now we have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad reopening. I mean, I know the walls are around, I get it, but there's still a lot to do. Take advantage of that free water park ticket. Enjoy your time with the kids. There's just so much to do during the summer. And you don't have to stay at the park all day long. I think we've covered this so many times. You could go and then take a break at the resort. The hotels are beautiful. They have so many things to offer. Port Orleans, you could get your French beignets, take a water taxi ride. Just live it up. I that's what I would do. I mean, you guys know how I feel about the resorts. I'll spend more time at the resorts than in the park, honestly, truly. So,
well, these discounts have gotten crazy. I mean, I'll show this to you.
Yes.
The Disney Plus, discounts for hotels is just one thing. I mean, VI pass holder days, 40% off restaurants, 40% off restaurants for the summer.
Yeah.
Like, we have never seen the number of kids eat free.
Yes.
Cool Kid Summer, kids eat free. You've got half price tickets.
Yes.
You've got tickets that were down. If you do a 4-day, they were given away for like $100 a day. And we measured it out. If you added the Park Hopper Plus, where you get the water parks, you were down at like $50, $60 a day.
Yes.
And yet the standard is still $200. So Disney is doing this so that they can pop those prices right back up, Ron. But they're discounting like crazy this summer. Like,
yes.
And this is not out of the kindness of their heart. Something's up, Ron.
I'm looking live. I just thought, it would be fun to see just live what my offers are personally. And I'm looking at, and this was 4th of July weekend. It's available. A two-bedroom villa at Old Key West, standard price $992 a night. My offer is $585 a
look
night.
At that. That's great.
And it sleeps 9 people, 9 guests. It has
so you could split that.
Water view, king bed, one queen size sleeper sofa, twin size. I mean, that's the one bedroom. They have a 3-bedroom grand villa available. The 2-bedroom has one king bed, 2 queen beds, 1 queen size sleeper sofa, and 1 twin size sleeper chair. By the way, I have personally opened up those sleeper chairs. They're actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
And Old Key West is a really nice resort to stay at, because a lot of people don't know this. This is a pro tip.
Yay.
Stay at Old Key West. A lot of people don't stay at Old Key West because it's a Disney Springs resort, but they have the biggest rooms on property. So if you like space, because Old Key West was built at a time when they were first introducing the Disney Vacation Club timeshare concept, and they needed to compete with others in that space in the early 1990s. To do that, they had to make the rooms larger. So you're going to get the largest rooms on property as far as their standard room sizes, and 2-bedroom villas and what
jacuzzi-sized bathtubs.
They're
huge
so
bathtubs.
Nice.
Huge. Yes.
But yeah, for under $600 a night for a 2-bedroom, that is absolutely nuts. And if you divide that, if you actually have a big family with you, one of the very few times it's actually less expensive to stay in a 2-bedroom unit on property rather than off property. So I would, that's like, this is absolutely nuts what they're doing. And it's pretty clear I think the summer is going to be very empty at the Magic Kingdom and at all across Walt Disney World. Spring's been pretty crazy. What they do in the springtime now is they've extended the time of year that they bring in the dance troops and the cheerleaders and all that stuff. It seems like they're having even more competitions with all that stuff. But summer, nothing.
Well, I don't want people to get scared either, because those big groups, it's intimidating and people like peace and quiet. So if you stay away from the all-star resorts, you should be okay, because they tend to stay over there. They don't really tend to stay at the DVC resorts. So you're good. Don't get scared of all the noise and it's like 100 groups of kids. It's insane. They're very loud, by the way. Yes.
Something is changing for the summer, and I think partly it has to do with the lagging international travel. I think international tourists are starting to pull back a little bit. I also think that Disney is worried about the price of oil for the summer, and they can't know for sure where that's going to be and how that's going to affect domestic travel. So if you're looking, folks, at the crowd levels for the spring, you're saying, Pro, you're just a liar. Darn you, Pro, you fib. You're a fibtacular, because it's spectacular, the crowd sizes this spring. We're not disagreeing with you about the crowd sizes, okay? Now, we disagree that I fib, but we're not disagreeing with you. We covered the low crowds last year, and we've said that the crowd levels have been high this spring, but something is changing, and Disney, you can see it. You can feel it in the air. Disney is quite worried about the summer. 40%, 50% discounts across the board on so many things and in so many ways. And I got to say, I think that Walt Disney Company is worried about a vacant Disney World. And that's not going to be a good look for their investors. That's not going to be the kind of thing that keeps them over 100. No financial advice being given, folks. But pay attention to how crowded or uncrowded it will be this June, July, and even August.
Oh, look at
Yay, culture.
Who let that guy in here?
I don't know. I snuck in.
Purple potatoes, fried green tomatoes, arugula. Hey, what's up?
When injustice strikes, I strike back.
Culture, casino. Let's go. Culture, casino. Let's go. When the EMS tries their best, strap him down, check his chest. Culture, casino. Casino. Culture, casino. Casino. Culture, casino. Let's go, let's go. Culture, culture, casino. Yes.
I think you're not cranky today. You feel good today, Culture.
I'm good. Yeah, I get to play in the garden all weekend. You know, I of course Sunday I share some other additional things that I do, and but I really enjoyed this weekend. It was a lot of fun. We got a new episode of That Garden Place out there. I showed people how to plant English comfrey and talked about the benefits of that. And I'm really excited. I've got to build a shade structure now.
Look at you. Look, 523 subs in just barely over 2 weeks. Folks, get over and subscribe to this guy. Watch him go. Watch him grow, as they say.
Yeah, I got 3 shorts I'm putting together right now. One for my homemade salsa, one for pinto beans, and one for Cuban beans.
Planting purple potatoes. Folks, how could you not bring that into your day and learn a thing or two about those phytocyanine spuds? Did I get that right, Culture? Phytocyanine spuds?
Anthocyanins.
Oh, darn it. I was so close.
You were very close. Yeah. No, there's a lot of good things and a lot of benefits that come out of the purple potatoes specifically. Anything with that kind of color from nature has a lot of good positive power in your body. So
that's right. Can I tell you something, Culture?
Sure.
We're very proud of you and what you're doing with that garden place. We're excited about it. It's going places. Look at this, though, Culture.
I know, it's
close.
close. It's so close.
Almost 30K. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Let's go, folks.
We can do it.
All night long. Folks, we want to celebrate with you. So get us to 30K. We would love to have some fun and maybe even force Jonas back on the channel. Yeah. I know. Where's he been? Where's that guy been?
I heard Jonas was back, though.
He's on Fridays. I'm not playing his clip. He doesn't deserve it right now. He's busy, okay? But Friday he'll be back.
Hey, you know what I'm proud of is you guys are letting me write articles on that park place on the
letting you
website.
Dude, we're so excited. We're ecstatic that you're doing it for us. So happy.
I'm having a lot of fun. I get to write about business stuff over there.
From time to time, Ron writes a few articles too,
He
by
does.
the way. Yeah. He's the man. He's the legend. Folks, can I tell you something else? We got super chats.
Oh.
We got super chats, and that's where it's at today. So let's get to it right now. 6 super chats waiting to go. First Dragon Queen for 2. Wilton and his newfound father. Culture, is anything you'd like to announce?
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't me.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Samuel has gifted a Park Place membership. Remember, folks, we will be giving beta access to the brand new video game we're releasing this week. We'll have details. All members of the channel get beta access this week. So thank you, Samuel, for gifting a video game. Packy Proton's member for 21 months. Where is Jonas Renegade? This was so much fun last night. On the Valiant Renegade show, we found out that Grok believes that Valiant Renegade's real name is Jonas Campbell. Yes, it's true, Culture.
What?
And do you know what else we found out?
Yeah.
Grok last night told us that Valiant had been featured on Megyn Kelly. To which Valiant was like, no, I wasn't. That's never happened. Guess what?
Gosh.
We looked it up. Valiant had been featured on Megyn Kelly. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
Grok giveth and Grok taketh away.
I didn't kill Han Solo. Wokeness killed Han Solo.
Kalioth for 5. There's so much free space in WDW culture. Can reclaim the Chinese industrial waste graveyard for nature and even teach them how to go green. See, Culture, get down there to Disney World. Teach them a thing. Me and you, we're going to go do Living with the Land.
Yeah, living with the land of culture.
I cannot wait because sometimes like there's a few stops in the ride or you bump up with the boat in front of you. It slows down just a little bit and you get to one of the bends where I'm looking at some really old tech going, we don't do that anymore with hydroponics. Or we don't do that. That's not even right. The proper aeroponics, which is what they're doing with the hanging plants on the chains.
Folks, if you've ever been on Living with the Land and you've heard the speaker, and they say, ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your boat. Please remain in your boat. It's for culture. He goes, he fixes things for them. He straightens up the cocoa plants.
I've done the behind the scenes tour, I think like 3 or 4 times. And I'm always like biting my tongue. I get elbows.
When they see you, they're like, well, bearded Sheldon's back. Great. Thinking Heretic for 5. My wife and I sacrificially grind and drink coffee. So our garden can have coffee grounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you have to use a thin layer of pre-brewed coffee. You do not want to use coffee without brewing it first. First of all, it drops the acidity of the coffee, which is good because you don't need extra acid in your soil. But the marginal decrease in your soil
I've never looked at my soil and thought it needed any acid. Thank you very much. There's never been a time I looked outside and thought, you know what my lawn needs? Some good solid acid. Just
no,
honey. Do you want to ride to Home Depot with me or Low Bob's and go grab some acid?
Look, pH in soil is as important as it is in water chemistry.
I've never looked at my water and thought, by golly, honey, I need some more acid in that glass.
Well, look, I mean, many municipalities have hard water, and it leads to very alkaline, not just soil, but it leads to scaling and things like that in your water. Well, coffee grounds have a pH after they've been run through your coffee maker, have a pH of around 6.5 to 6.8. Neutral pH is considered 7. Otherwise, your soil runs a little bit alkaline. So having a little bit of coffee grounds around your plants about once a week, each of your plants, you don't put a big pile. More is not better. You put on about 1/8 of an inch and then you scratch it into your soil and that'll pull up earthworms. It'll satisfy the micronutrients and microorganisms in that area. And you can explode your worm populations. But you're adding
that's
extra nitrogen.
I've been praying for that for years. Yeah. Dear God, please. I know there are starving children in Africa, and I know that there are people right now begging you for all kinds of things. But Lord, please let me blow up my worm population in the front yard. I'll scratch it every day. Just Please help me blow up the worm population.
Culture, I
want you
get
to know
it.
something.
Culture, I understand you. I get it. It's fine.
I want to know how is it possible, folks? We went from 3 different domains of knowledge. There was coffee, there was soil pH for lawns, and there was, I don't even know what the word is for someone who studies the biology of worms. This man Wikipedia'd all of that off the cuff. He knew the numbers. That's what, most people can nonchalantly pretend to know stuff, but culture will be like, oh no, you need to have your lawn for the earthworm explosion to be something like a 6.97 to a 6.99 on the pH scale. Make sure that you put in a little bit of limestone. You don't want to get scaling in your pipes, by the way, folks. And here's what I'll tell you about utility companies that I've learned in my time. How do you do that?
What do you mean? I just know stuff. I don't know. Jonas says I have a little bit of the tism, and I think he's right.
I think
Culture. Have you ever heard of digging a hole to plant an old...
Oh, Lord, no. Why would you ask this man this question?
Like a tree trunk or a piece of a tree, putting copper wire around it, and that helps grow.
Soil battery technology has been around since the 1800s.
That's it.
And trees, what actually happens is because of the active microorganisms that are in your soil, they'll actually take a bed, especially with tree in it, which trees are great at burying it. They call that hugel culture when you bury a tree.
Help us bed the hugels, please. Tell us more about bedding hugels.
Well, anyway,
I didn't know that. I just you're telling me now for the first time.
The idea is for the logs that you put in there, the old growth logs and tree trunks and things like that.
Yeah, clench a log in there while you're at it.
No. I mean, if you bury it in your
log
bed,
put a log in the bed with the hugels. What is this, an Amber Heard story now?
You put a sponge. Basically, you're putting a sponge in your bed when you put.
I am not sponging my bed.
So, but you never use painted or treated wood. You don't want anything that's like hardened lumber. You want to use just actual natural logs, preferably from hardwood trees.
Oh man!
So,
I was going to put a treated.
Copper and zinc, if you put them like 6 to 8 inches away from each other, like a plant in between, you actually get electroconductivity of about 0.8 to about 1.1 volts.
Folks, next week we'll tell you which exact songs will grow your willow trees even better, and what kinds of acid you should sprinkle on their leaves as you sing to them. Texas is out there for 5. Here's another 15 minutes. Culture. What's your favorite cheese?
I really like pepper jack, but only if I make it myself.
All right, folks, pepper jack. That's the answer. He doesn't get any more. He just said pepper jack. That's it. That's the answer. Look at him. So uncomfortable not getting to say more about pepper jack.
Poor thing. Let him talk.
Culture, watch this. Let him talk. He's been going for 20 minutes about acid and bronze in your yard.
That's my favorite cheese. I want to taste Culture's version of it. That's got to be amazing.
Okay, we're not tasting cheese.
Hold on. Let me show you how this works, okay? MJ, what is your favorite cheese?
I like Swiss and provolone. I can't.
And good. Stop. There we go. Got it. Culture, did you see how that worked? Culture, ask me, what is my favorite cheese? Go.
Bro, what's your favorite kind of cheese?
Blue cheese. Thanks for asking. The end. All right, folks, continuing on. Snarky for $1.99. Good morning, afternoon for Eastern folks. That's right. Wherever you are on this big, blue, beautiful world, we're happy to have you. Kayla out for 5. It's a small world. The site where all the workers are housed. So many small hands maintaining the park. Was Wilton on vacation? I have seen Wilton out in the chat. Do you all see that? Do you see Wilton out there?
Oh,
look at this.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Here we go. It looks like floral, but it's Wilton. Ron wants Culture's cheese. I should have known. I should have known he'd be saying this kind of stuff.
The algorithm.
I tell you. How does he even sneak in? Jedi Master 5. Hey, Culture, you're everywhere. Great to see you doing well, my friend. Great panel.
Oh yeah, no, we are blessed. I love to be able to bounce around and hang out with people. I'm here for you.
Do you do this to Midnight's Edge? Do you go on there and say, "Hey guys, let me tell you about the alkaline nature of your potted bushes"?
Nobody asked me. In fact, I revealed.
That's cruel. They should ask you more about it.
Well, I talked about like the first company I formed being a landscaping company. I did that in high school.
Yeah.
And it actually paid for college. So,
that's good.
Yeah. So, but that's a long time ago. Now, do you realize that if you wanted to live at the same levels we used to, buy a house and everything else in the 70s, you would have to, if you were trying to do that on minimum wage, which you could live on and totally support a household, you'd have to make $66 per hour.
Now, Culture, as much as I'm interested in the economics of the middle and lower middle class right now, Culture, what I'd like to ask you about is you've been on Midnight's Edge and you've never shared your knowledge about all things trees, right?
They've never asked me about any questions related to that.
So. The next time there are super chats on Midnight's Edge, why don't you just volunteer, I don't know, 5-10 minutes about Norwegian spruces so that Andre can feel included in what you do here?
I have a feeling that Paul Chatto would put a stop to it before anybody else.
No, Paul would jump in with you. Do you know how much he would love that?
Oh, he's great. He's really good on cars. Do you know how much he knows about cars? Holy cow.
You and he could talk about cars. I know you know about cars. You know about cars, don't you?
I haven't done any. I can't. I don't have time for a car channel, bro. No.
Christian Corralejo for 10. That automobile place. Based off what Pro said a bit ago, instead of a regular bar, Disney should add a coffee smoothie bar with elements of those roadside fruit carts. That would be great for tropical Americas.
Oh, yeah.
Any thoughts? Listen, I love the idea of a mango smoothie bar and have that down there at Tropical Americas. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Do it.
Some arepas with it. Mm-hmm.
We're learning things today. Vermiology.
Oh,
the study of verms.
Oh, vermicompost. That's worms. Yeah.
Vermiology is the study of worms. Culture.
Yeah, I believe that.
You're a vermiologist.
Yeah, but vermicomposting which means worm composting, is the most effective way. Yeah, look, worms are little civil engineers in your soil. They help get all the workers in place. They leave behind all the fertilizer in the form of castings. Worms. That's
so kind of them. Yeah. And do they do that for free? I mean, are they just nice?
Yeah,
you
don't have to pay them at all. They're free.
So nature just said, after God made snakes, he said, what if I make something that looks like that, but it's not a jerk? I'll make some worms.
Yeah. Well, they're also good bait for fish.
And that's the thanks they get. That's the thanks they get. MJ, we're just talking about what nice, altruistic creatures worms are, and MJ goes, gross. Worms,
We can't deal with worms.
They're trying to make the world a better place, MJ.
They're pure protein.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, that got weird. Archer for 5. Can you imagine if the book publishes before the Legends, talking about this book we're just about to discuss, or goes live during the awards if they want to be petty? I'm going to be reading the book.
Pro, should I write a gardening book first or a recipe book first?
Well, it seems to me that you got to grow something before you can cook the something.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, is that am I right about it?
No, you're correct. Although you can purchase produce from others if you just want to pick good produce.
Yeah. Well, listen, I would buy my produce from you.
Well, you may be able to.
real soon. Yeah. All right, folks, let's dive in. We got a story to talk about, and it's the big one. It's the one you've been waiting on. An hour and 15 into it. Let's hit it. Disney is trying to shut down discussions about a book that just might be a revenge story from one Bob Chapek. Out of thatparkplace.com, the Walt Disney Company is using a Trump lawyer, and not just any Trump lawyer. We're talking about the big boy, to protect thin-skinned Bob Iger from media exposure. Wait a minute. I thought Bob was gone. And now Disney is protecting him with huge money? Oh, my. Well, let's find out what's going on. It says Bob Iger isn't waiting around to see how his story gets told. With an unauthorized book about the Bob Iger era of the Walt Disney Company on the way, the company has reportedly brought in one of the most aggressive defamation lawyers in the country. Yeah, some people would say he is the toughest, meanest hombre around, raising immediate questions about what exactly they're trying to get in front of before it hits shelves. According to Matt Bellany of Puck, P-U-C-K, Disney has hired high-profile attorney Charles Harder to intervene ahead of the release of a new book by Robbie Whelan, who I believe is out of the Wall Street Journal. I'm told Disney has hired Pitbull anti-media litigator Charles Harder to push back on author Robbie Whelan's tome, Bellany said. The choice of lawyer here isn't incidental. According to Bellany, Disney didn't just hire any legal representation. They brought in Charles Harder, a figure with a long track record of high-profile and often aggressive media battles. He's defended Donald Trump against Stormy Daniels. He's defended Melania Trump. He's defended Hulk Hogan. And it goes on and on. Now, this is what's amazing to me. It says, in recent weeks, Harder has sent multiple threatening letters to the book publisher and says that they're slamming the author Whelan, who's a journalist, as a supposedly biased journalist committing a hit job on Iger and the company. It says Disney has also reportedly pushed for early access to the book's contents, demanding sufficient time to fact-check the book. And folks, everybody's reporting on this now. It seems like Disney is worried that Bob Chapek, former CEO, might be ready to dish out and get revenge on Iger. We don't know. But Culture, I'll say this about it, and I'll hand it to you first. You know, we cover a lot of stuff here on Disney, and I think we've scooped a lot of things. We're not trying to say that we're, the best and the brightest, but we've been cited by the FCC, and we got a heck of a track record. The things we've reported on and the things that CNBC has reported on, the things that the Wall Street Journal have reported on about Disney and about Bob Iger have been plenty humiliating, plenty embarrassing. And Iger, was put on full display as like a petulant child in one of those reveals from the Wall Street Journal and CNBC about 3 years ago. Stuff about like the leadership at Disney wanting to pet a hippo. Like seriously, they wanted to pet a hippo and got mad that Chapek told them, no, you're not going to go down to the petting farm right now. We're doing a job up here in this, in this meeting. Culture, if we've been reporting this stuff and the stock dropping 50% and just all of this craziness, they've never reached out to us. They've never said, stop it, don't, please, no, ooh, ouch. We know they follow us, but they never have reached out. Culture, what would be in this book? What could be in this book that they're so scared about it that they're demanding that an independent journalist be forced to allow them to fact check it, which is crazy. What's in the book, Culture?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of factors there. One, that's a stalling technique, right? They're trying to slow the roll of HarperCollins' rollout of this book. That's the first thing I would land on is that's a typical stalling technique. Second, if this is according to what you're reporting here, if this is truly something that Disney is involving itself in, playing defense for Iger, who's no longer the CEO, although he is a part of the company still in some ways, right? What are they protecting for him? It's not going to be the company's reputation that looks bad. It's going to be his. So, I mean, is it Iger hiring this lawyer? Is it?
Well, so that's the other question, Culture.
Yeah.
Did Iger hire this guy? One would presume so. Did he hire him and put in place to defend him before he left as CEO? Or is this a Josh D'Amaro initiative? Like, we don't know, but boy, it seems like it could be something where Bob Iger got out of Dodge and bought himself a defense before he left.
Well, and if he knew something like this was coming, which obviously they had foreknowledge that this was coming, I think some of the other broader reporting is that Whelan's also had some very negative takes on Iger in the past, right? So,
well, he was part of that. He was part of that expose about the plane ride with Chapek and how they tried to sabotage. Yeah. You remember they told Chapek at the very last second, oh, well, you're going to be in charge of this meeting. And then Chapek had this binder that he'd already had prepared from the PR team. And he goes to the back of the plane to read the binder. And Iger gets mad at him because Chapek had this stuff to get prepared for the meeting. He didn't know that. And so Iger thinks that he's going to step there and just chat with him. And they kind of had set him up for sabotage that didn't work out. And so Whelan's one of the ones who put that out there.
Yeah, but they were able to sabotage him later. So it just took a while. And look, I mean, his sudden exit, I think, is something that anybody can be critical about because everybody assumes he had inside information about that period of time that all of many countries were locked down. And I think that is going to be kind of a negative, right? I mean, the connotation.
Well, you would think. Negative. You would think.
I feel like also at the same time. The sudden stock gains under Chapek, and the fact that the stock diminished, when Iger replaced him, I think that drawing those negative correlations is really going to harm Bob's reputation. He had a stellar one when he left the first time, right? Ride of a Lifetime book was
nobody knew really. Very few people understood what he was up to. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's always done some questionable things along the way. In the support of the Save the Disney campaign and everything else to try to, oust Eisner. I always felt like always felt like he was more an upfront PR smile guy than he was, a business genius. And I think that's probably the other thing they're concerned about. But my question is always going to be, are the sycophants that he left behind the ones that are going to make this push for this, this kind of lawyer being involved in this? Or is it somebody else? And why in the world, for as much hate in their heart that they have for somebody like Hulk Hogan, or Donald Trump or Melania even, why would they grab that attorney?
Oh, I know 100% culture.
Oh,
so this attorney, you're right. He has represented people from the right, and Bob Iger is definitely not on the right, and Disney's not on the right. So why did they hire him? Because he's the best.
Well, he took down Gawker. He took down Gawker.
So they want to they want an attorney who knows how to take down a media empire. They want to go after whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. And so that's why. Okay, so let me throw this to Ron, and we'll come back, culture.
Okay.
Ron, this is not a cheap attorney. This is one of the best of the best of the best, the meanest, the nastiest, and he's a winner in this very particular area. He's been a winner for individuals on the right. You would think that the Disney board needs to be knowledgeable about this is happening. You would think the new CEO needs to know about it. Ron, this is a big, big deal. What the heck could justify the Disney company defending Bob Iger, who's not their CEO any longer? What the heck could justify this? Why are they all in?
The only thing that I can think of is the amount of people that still blame Bob Chapek for many, many, many of the actions that Bob Iger is actually responsible for, that he left Chapek to take the blame for as a scapegoat when he left. So, I mean, a lot of people may not remember Bob Iger's former tenure prior to him leaving the first time. And initially, I think that he was supposed to step down as CEO. Was it as early as 2015 or 2017? I mean, he overstayed his welcome the first time. Then Bob Chapek was assigned to be CEO exactly literally weeks before the shutdown of the parks in 2020. However, Bob Chapek he was known that he was going to be a CEO before the public knew that the parks were going to shut down. But that does not mean that Iger and Chapek didn't already know that the parks were going to shut down. There's a lot of information that has obviously been hidden from the public eye, specifically to protect Bob Iger's reputation, specifically to protect a lot of the things that he put, or whoever actually wrote it, put in his last biographical book about him. I know people that have read, and I don't remember the name of it, the Bob Iger book about him being the greatest CEO of all time of any company, including Disney. And they love that book. But I think that what we would find out from this new book is that a lot of that stuff wasn't even true. So I think that there's a lot of anybody who has inside information as to what Iger was actually doing with his time, they're going to want to put them down, get them out of the way, and not have any of that information come out in a book like this.
MJ, what do you think about this idea that Disney is literally positioning themselves to say, you are not allowed to release this book unless we get to see it first and we get to fact check it? Like this is a crazy level of superiority and authority that they're trying to assert on this journalist.
Absolutely. I was listening to you guys talk about it. I don't understand what the mystery is, but there's obviously stuff that they don't want the public to know about, and they're trying to figure out how to camouflage it as best as possible. Sprinkle that with pixie dust. People are still going to have their opinions on Iger, his legacy. People were very upset when they named him a Disney legend. He hasn't done anything that made anyone, I think, say, wow, great job. You're going down in history. Yeah, no, the decisions that were made, the way he ran the company, it was not okay. Whether Josh D'Amaro with the park decision making was used as a puppet or not, I mean, everything, actions speak louder than words, and the fandom has been observing, listening, and watching everything that these guys have been doing, and they haven't delivered. That's why I'm hopeful for this new regime that we have. I have to be optimistic, but God only knows what they're hiding, and we will see what happens if it even gets published or not. So,
Culture, I'm going to bring it back to you for the final word. I think I know what they're afraid of. Culture, I think they believe that Chapek knows where all the skeletons are, and you have to. He was the CEO. He would have to know where are the danger points. And this is a guy that we've been told in that last expose sat with the binders, actually read through the stuff, made Iger mad doing that. Culture, I think they're worried that Chapek is the secret source behind the book. And maybe they don't have a way to prove that. And I think they're terribly worried about what it could do to the company if some of the secrets get out there. I don't have any inside info in this. I'm speculating completely. But I'm just trying to line up, why would they be so afraid? Why would they be taking this kind of action? Why would they have the PR disaster in California that they would have by hiring the meanest, toughest Trump attorney? And this is all I can come up with. I think they're terrified of a Chapek revenge. What say you?
A second. I think there's a lot going on here. I think you have a couple of people who've been very truthful in their reporting at the Wall Street Journal. First and foremost, one of the young ladies that we often cite, along with Mr. Whelan. I think they're terrified that their sources are the ones that are pushing up against this. I don't know what the NDA claims were, or how long that lasts for Chapek. Because I know he was sent away with money and a shut up letter. So I'm not sure, for how long he has to shut up. Is it usually longer than 3 years though?
Usually it's 3 years.
Yeah. So it would be about the right timing, for him to be able to speak plainly about his experience there.
Culture, is there any chance that Iger left early because he was supposed to leave at the end of this year? He's already gone.
I think this book is the reason he left early.
Because things are moving now. I mean, the fact that they bought the biggest, baddest attorney in the nation to defend Iger, paid for by the Disney company. Wow. That's where I start wondering, did Iger step down and get out of the way of this?
probably could be possible.
Look, I think that's one way I would lean in my thinking. He saw this coming, the lights on the road, and he wanted to avoid him. I just feel like I don't know that this is going to work. I understand the strategy, and again, I think it's delay tactics.
Barbara Streisand effect in play now.
Yeah, and I don't think that that's the direction they needed to go. I think the media is also not necessarily on Iger's side because they Streisand affected this story. A lot of people would not have known this story was even in existence, nor a negative book about Iger was in existence. So the media was not your friend on this one. And I think that's the other problem. Disney's struggling for friends right now, especially related to Bob Iger. A lot of people walked away from the company in a negative fashion. It's reflected not just in park attendance, but in other places as well. And it's not just in our group of humans, our community, our sphere, whatever you want to call our fellowship. I'll just say that the business world has woken up to the fact that Disney is a very overpriced entertainment company, and they're not a tech company. They're not all these other innovative services they tried to pretend that they were. And I think that's going to reflect poorly on Bob for a very long period to come.
Absolutely.
It was measuring attendance at Disney World on July 4th, which didn't really factor in
we all went
temperature,
mute.
which was about 100 degrees and 99% humidity on that day.
And so what we've tried to do is really bring that shape language from the architecture.
But what we love to talk about at WDI is shape language. And we often refer to shape language.
There's such iconic shape language in Spaceship Reverie Attraction. We really wanted to make sure that we fused to that throughout the space.
It's 2035, and it's time for the grand opening of a long-awaited Villains expansion.
Here we are in the first attraction, a grown-ups only establishment where you can get sloshed with Ursula. And guess what? Here we are again, back at another bar. Have you ever wanted to booze it up with little green men?
Excuse me, are there any rides here, or is this all just bars?
Oh, there's tons more here beyond alcohol.
Bob, what are you thinking? Well, we're going to find out in that book, I believe. Folks, we got super chats, and we're going to put up on the screen. Snarky for 2, casting is poop culture. You are promoting poop.
That's true. I mean, but it's a fertilizer for your plants.
I knew he was going to say that.
Now, wait, hold on a second. Culture. Maybe I didn't understand. Were you describing feces as a way to?
Yeah. No, I mean, worm castings, that's what they are. They're the.
Oh, okay. But you're not talking about. You're not, just to clarify, you're not talking about people's poop with worms in it.
Yeah, I'm not in. No,
thank goodness.
No, not at all.
Woo!
No.
Thought we were done for.
Honestly, no, we and this is correct. I mean, I did promote that, but it's because that is actually the beneficial benefit of worms in your garden.
Worm poop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Castings.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Christian Corralejo out there for 10. Off topic, but what would you guys do for the Vacant Stitch's Great Escape in Epcot? Well, it's in Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland, but gotcha. A revised version of that attraction, bring back extraterrestrial,
yes,
or something new entirely. What should that be?
Yes. Oh, yes. So, we just had all of these events. Can you guys hear me okay? I know we've been having
you sound great.
Audio issues. Okay, wonderful. We just had these amazing astronomical events happen with, I can't pronounce
Artemis
it.
2.
Artemis 2. Thank you, Culture.
Yeah.
Thank you, good sir. And Project Hail Mary.
Yep.
They could totally do something that's not IP driven. Be creative, like a walkthrough experience. Let the kids think, oh, I'm in a galaxy or I'm in the moon. I don't know, something amazing, something different than what Epcot has. I was just thinking about those two different events that just took place, and they have the NASA merchandise in Tomorrowland, right? When you get off the attraction of Tron, I think it's like right there, or one of those stores has it. But either way, they could do something really cool, NASA related. I'm just saying, because of everything that's been happening so far this year, I think that would be cool.
See, and here's where I jump into the same thinking that you have, except that they now own Alien and Aliens. So why are we why aren't we redoing the extraterrestrial adventure?
Yeah.
And you'll have to rebuild both of the theaters, because I do believe they're fully gutted now.
Sigourney Weaver animatronic?
Yeah, I think so. I think you used Sigourney Weaver, and they had one. You remember the great movie ride?
Oh, yeah. Her neck was always a little jittery, though. I never liked that effect.
They also have, they can fix that. And then they also had an animatronic for the Alien, or I think 3 in that attraction.
Yeah. Jumped out of the little ceiling at you. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'd like to see a Project Hail Mary. Go ahead, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to give you the idea that I know that they're actually going to do. Future Bar.
Future Bar.
No.
Oh, boy.
If they could get the license like they did the license for Bluey, they could get the license for Project Hail Mary, have a really cool Rocky animatronic, and do like a walkthrough thing with the galaxy and the stars and the moon and the planets, and kids would love it. Just saying.
I don't want to give them too many ideas, but Ron, you're right. I mean, don't they own Futurama now? So they could do Bender's Bar, and there you go.
Why?
I know.
Alcohol.
Bad
Margins.
news, everyone. All right, Thinking Heretic for 2. I hope the book will come out in an audio format. I bet you it will, because it's going to be real popular now.
Mm-hmm.
WJB Daily for 5. Thank goodness Iger overstayed, or we could be facing his leadership as El Presidente. Whoa. Disney fighting this book means Iger is still pulling the strings.
Can you imagine?
Or there's something so devastating in the book that they've got to defend him anyway. Snarky for 2. This book could put Iger out to pasture for good. Indeed, it could. Pasteurized Bob? Maybe. Hey, folks, we are 7 away from the goal. Can we get 7 super chats? Oh, please, oh, pretty please. We want a Ronathon. Bring it our way. All right, it's time for a lightning round. Not a lightning lane, but a lightning round. We're going to hit 2 stories, and then we'll come back, folks, for those super chats at the end in just a few. All right, let's get ready. Let's get set. Before we do, though, Ron, tell the folks out there, what do you got coming up on the dish today?
We are going to talk about the massive success, finally, of something at the box office for several weekends in a row. The success of the Mario Galaxy movie and, of course, Project Hail Mary dominating the box office and perhaps even lifting up the box office. Although all the other numbers are behind them, but they're actually a little higher than they have been. So we might talk about that as well. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And, of course, we'll get into some other pop culture and theme park related things.
Can't wait. Let's do it, folks. It'll be great. We'll be joining Ron at the dish as soon as this show is over. But we got more. We got 2 stories plus super chats on the way. Let's hit that goal today. And, folks, here we go.
It's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please. They picked the wrong people. Even Bree said, nah, woke is collapsing. Theater snapping. It's a super spring spritzel. Oh, spring spritzel. Switch to Ryan Gosling.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this out of Blog Mickey. Universal post job for Epic Universe Fireworks Show Operator. And boy, oh boy, get ready, Disney, because they're coming for you. As we continue to keep an eye on what happens to be increasing evidence that Universal is working on implementing a nightly fireworks show at Epic Universe, there has been a new job posting, says Blog Mickey. The newest job posting is for a show operator. Well, I would say game over. It's done. Yes. We're getting fireworks at Epic. There's no way they're hiring fireworks show operators. Oh, boy. Here we go. Universal posts 3rd job for Epic Universe Fireworks Tech. Says, as a little bit of background, we've been tracking the possibility of a new nightly fireworks show since the permanent fireworks launch site was completed a few weeks ago. Since then, Universal's made some more moves that appear to be in preparation for a new nighttime show. In late March, Universal posted 2 job openings for firework techs at Epic Universe. This is rather unusual given that there are no fireworks used on a nightly basis. In addition to the job postings, Universal recently began work on the Cosmos Fountain, the main show fountain at Epic Universe. Yeah, that'd be a good sign too. Now a 3rd job opening has been posted. The job title is Tech 3 Show Operator Pyro Fireworks Universal Epic Universe. While the other jobs seem to be limited in scope to the operations of the firework compound, this job title is interesting in that it is a show operator role. So, Celestial Goodnight is a nice little thing that they've been doing with the fountains, the water. But I got a feeling it's going to get a lot hotter than that. And this is the big one. Why? Because part of what we've been waiting on, folks, is we need the fireworks so that they can do the nighttime tickets, and then they can double capacity. Yes. And then those lines can come down. Because right now, Magic Kingdom essentially has 2 ticketed events per day, right? They've got Mickey's Not So Scary or the Christmas thing or, whatever it is, extra magic hours. There's 2 different things going on that's increasing attendance. Epic is at capacity nonstop. They need a second thing. They need nighttime. MJ, it looks like that's on the way really, really soon. So what say you, MJ? Is this what will allow us to have Epic until 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning on a regular basis?
I think that would be just fabulous. And I really hope and pray that they don't make it a separate ticketed event. I hope that you can get in early and then you can stay all the way until the park closes. I hope they don't copy what Disney does, because Disney does have those select nights during the year where you could buy your after hours ticket, and it starts at like 7 p.m., but you can get in at like 5, and then it lasts about till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. But this is fantastic. I am so happy that this is finally coming along. As I've been saying, this is an infant park. There's still so much work to do. Permits are being pulled. New rides are coming, guys. And the fireworks show, you imagine being in your room. Let's say you're not feeling well and you left the park, right? Because you got to go back to your room to rest, and you're just laying down in your bed and you can see the fireworks from your room. Are you kidding me? This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing, breathtaking. And I wish and I hope for the best for this park. It's got so much to offer. It's absolutely stunning at night. And I hope people continue to sell it. I hope it sells out continuously. It's just amazing.
By the way, we want to say thank you to Screen Rant, which we've never done that before, eh? But really, Rob Keys is the one who's been providing us the video for the fireworks at Epic and what they could look like. It's the fireworks, I believe, from the grand opening, but it gives you an idea of what we could do. And of course, we want to say thank you to BioReconstruct that's giving us an image of where the fireworks are launched at Epic, which is in the middle of this retention pond. Ron, as we look at this opportunity for Epic, I really think the answer here is for them to start offering a nighttime ticket. And I also think that the park, it lends itself to that. I think you would get more families during the daytime and in the mornings, and I think you'd get more young people, more thrill seekers at night. I also think you could even do some fun stuff where you switch some of the attractions just a little bit, make them more intense for the evenings. There's all kinds of opportunities here. You can offer special drinks and beverages and food items in the evenings, especially places like Dark Universe come alive at night. Ron, what do you think about the idea that now, not only does Disney have to face this, but really and truly with the fountains and the Helios, they can do a combination of what they do at Magic Kingdom. They could do the projections, but they can also have like what's the name of the fireworks at California Adventure? It's Wonder of Color. No, what is it? The Wonderful World of Colors.
World of Color.
World
of Colors.
Paint the night also, or something like that. Paint
the Night's a different parade, but Ron, they can do all of that because they have the Bellagio essentially here, plus giant fireworks behind. It's crazy what they can do.
And drones. I mean, you could also add
drones. Oh yeah, and I think they're designing what?
So,
now, this is rumor, right? But the nighttime dragons, maybe.
Yeah. So I remember speaking with team members, asking them this very particular question about the fireworks. And the team members I spoke with last year, they said, well, right now we only have fireworks for special occasions. However, they are making arrangements for them to come full time. They said one of the biggest differences between Epic Universe and the Universal proper is that they actually have a full license for a full fireworks show in the sky, as you can see, like they've done there. So a full fireworks show has always been in the works for a nightly fireworks show. Of course, there's a cost to that, at least $50,000 per night. That's quite the cost. But implementing that and then having a nighttime ticket, maybe it's not for every night, but certain nights of the year, well, they'll do something. And I think that if they do it, I think that they would stay open till at least 2 a.m. on those special nights.
Well, let's think about it, Ron. Let's think about it. Let's run those numbers for a minute. You said $50,000, and I'm with you on that. So $50,000. Let's say that a family spends on average $1,000 per day at Epic. Okay, that's 50 families. Now, that's already probably justified just on the daytime ticket. But if they start doing a nighttime ticket, and you say, can we get 50 families to come at night? You just paid for the fireworks.
Yep. And it's going to be like 10,000, so it's pretty easy.
Oh yeah,
10,000 people, not families, but it's just what they can do there. Is going to be absolutely amazing. The only people that I feel a little bit bad for are the people who have lived in apartments their whole lives in that kind of area of town, behind their. There's some people who probably lived in a very
there's two ways to look at that, Ron. There's two ways to look at that, right? So it's going to ruin your quiet evenings. At the same time, how many people would like to move into those apartments now to have fireworks every single night and say, you got two different groups of people out there, the people who hate this kind of stuff if they live near it, but also you got the people who are like, you know what? I'm going to sell to some folks who would love to watch fireworks every evening.
The people that live on Reams Road and are like, yeah, let's go in our back porch and have a barbecue while we watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks, which there's a lot of those people. And it is like the thing about Epic, though, the show that they can put on there with the Helios as the backdrop, the fountains in front. A lot of people don't know this. That water element isn't just the fountains and Helios. They've got a river that runs through the entire property. So that fountain and light show goes all the way up to the entrance from the back of the park to the front of the park. It's crazy. It's beautiful and it's amazing to see in person. Like, this video does not do it justice. When you see this in person and you're engulfed in it, it's an amazing sensation and feeling and everything. And what they can do with the park, speaking from the experience I had working at Halloween Horror Nights for Universal, yeah, there are definitely times of the year you could easily keep this thing open to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and they could even do what the Magic Kingdom used to do and bring back 24-hour days, where they have a few special days during the year and they actually keep the park open 24 hours. Plus all of this ahead of those surveys that they sent out to a lot of us, talking about how they might implement annual passes to Epic Universe in the future. There's so much coming with this park. I am all here for it. I'm very excited to see what the future holds for Epic.
Absolutely. And culture, they've got the opportunity, I think, of creating water screens with this and having projections of IP on here. And that opens the door to a lot of fun stuff. I mean, can you imagine a Nintendo-themed section of the fireworks? I mean, the opportunities here are just insane. It's all positive and all great for Epic.
Well, it is, and look, I mean, this is somebody taking a Disney idea and making it better. This is Fountain of Nations times 1,000. And look, we've had water elements in the parks before, and specifically in Epic. One of the things that I'd heard in the background is Disney was going to experiment with adding drone shows to the Magic Kingdom extravaganza at night on top of the fireworks, but that's an entirely other different conversation. And if you happen to live in the apartments that are just north of the Magic Kingdom, you get to watch and listen to the fireworks shows at night all the time.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
And again,
And
I mean,
by the way, Culture, you're bringing up the drones. I think the drones are being featured right now in the.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think
Look
drones
at
are being
that.
featured right now in the fireworks show. So
Yeah.
I think Epic could definitely include drones. I think you could. I mean, this is set up for this exactly in a way that no other theme park ever has been.
And it's
gorgeous.
smart. They looked at an entertainment first opportunity, and they wanted to be entertaining both in what they offered to every guest, but they wanted to be both day and night. And I don't think, and again, this is the other problem. Back when these parks were originally designed, they may not have been designed for nighttime entertainment, but they were designed to be controlled in a way that would allow for that. And I think that this is the first entertainment first park that was ever designed that way. And I think it shows.
Culture, can you imagine if you walked into Epic and they had it set up like it does right now with the drones spelling out Epic and all that? Can you imagine if you came into the park at night and it looked like that?
Yeah, I would love it.
I mean, unbelievable. But
Or even having dinner in the Helios at the top there and watching the fireworks from
that'd be ridiculous.
Can you imagine getting proposed a birthday celebration? That's huge. I
Or
mean,
having a park view room, right? Any of that
exactly.
stuff?
Yeah, park view room. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful. Well
there
done.
you go.
Epic.
Well done, Epic. Way to go. Way to go. And it shows, folks. Disney may have major competition now, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm hoping for nighttime tickets, capacity issues solved, and attendance skyrocketing if Universal goes all in on 2 ticketed days.
I just can't wait for 3 days of you and me.
Well, this is the kind of story you don't hear very often, ladies and gentlemen, but take a look at this out of WRAL News. Man arrested at Disney World tied to fireworks explosion that killed 7 in California. Well, that's a way to celebrate if you know you might be behind bars for a while. Kenneth Chi, owner of Devastating Pyrotechnics. Oh, come on. Devastating Pyrotechnics was among multiple people arrested in connection with a fireworks explosion in Yolo. Oh, come on. Is this, I'm sorry, is it April Fool's Day right now? Come on. Yolo County that killed 7 people in July 2025. I'm not trying to make fun of it, folks. I'm not trying to make light of it, but seriously, this reads like something that's a joke, but it's not. And this guy was arrested in Disney World after allegedly having caused the death of many. A man was arrested on Thursday at Disney World in Orlando for his alleged involvement in a deadly fireworks explosion in California. Kenneth Chi, owner of Devastating Pyrotechnics, was among multiple people arrested. You already read that. We already read it. They put it twice. Keep going. Jail records show that Chi was arrested by the Orange County Sheriff's Office at 351 Studio Drive in Bay Lake, Florida. The address of his arrest matches the location of Hollywood Studios. The fire broke out following a series of explosions involving commercial fireworks and ammunition. Authorities said neither the company nor the property had the required local permits to store fireworks. Chi is now facing multiple charges, including 7 counts of deletion of another human being and 1 count of conspiracy. He is currently being held in the Orange County Jail in Florida. And you can see the other people down there at the bottom who were also arrested. And this has been covered by CNN Wire, hosted over here on WRAL News. What's fascinating here, guys, is we very seldomly see a sting operation or police brought in to capture somebody at a Disney park. That's very unusual. Ron, you've worked at Disney for a number of years in a number of different roles. Ron, have you ever seen somebody who is wanted, I guess has a warrant, show up at Disney instead of going into hiding and the police actually come into the theme park to snatch him up? I've never seen nor heard of this.
I haven't seen that specific type of scenario ever play out before, even though I've seen people get arrested off property and dragged off property and different security situations. But those of all of the ones I have seen have been something that was involved with what they did specifically that day, or in one case, what they had been doing for a number of entrances to the park, and I guess Disney just finally got tired of them. That was a different situation with sales and merchandise and all kinds of stuff. It wasn't. They just kicked him out. They didn't like arrest him or anything. But yeah, this is I can't believe it's like the opposite of the football commercial. Hey, you've just committed a crime and should go into hiding, but what are you doing next? I'm going to Disney World.
It's actually really funny.
So
like
one of
the football players. Oh my God.
One of the interesting things about it is because you're on camera all the time when you're in Disney, if this sort of thing happens, there are ways to make the arrest in a very discreet manner. So you might imagine that this guy got on a ride thinking he was just fine. He's going to live out his last days, before he gets into this huge legal trouble at Disney World, maybe watching fireworks at Magic Kingdom, but he's at Hollywood Studios. You might imagine that if Disney handled this in the way that they sometimes do, that he got on a ride, and when he got off the ride, the police were there and just escorted him out into the backstage areas, and that was that. Not a great place if you want to go hide out from a situation, and we don't know. We don't know what he did. It's all alleged, right? Everybody's innocent until proven guilty, but MJ, not the place I would go to if I'm trying to get away from the law is Disney World. Cameras everywhere.
That's ridiculous. And aren't they doing facial recognition over in Disneyland? Or am I crazy?
They definitely do it at Epic. I don't know about Disneyland.
Okay, because I think Islands is on that trend. But yeah, anyway, they're supposed to be doing facial recognition and all that stuff. Why would you go? Why would you? I can't get it past me. I think it's funny. I think Ron said it so well. He told the joke so beautifully. Yeah, not a place to go hiding. There's cameras everywhere, vloggers everywhere, streamers, people that are just, you will probably end up somewhere on the interwebs and you will be found.
Yeah, absolutely. Culture, it's so weird, too, that a guy who, he's wanted for being it's not a normal thing, right? Most people that are wanted for arrest for deleting another person, it's not due to fireworks. And this guy went to, I guess what you might say is the fireworks capital of the world. I mean, Disney buys more fireworks than anybody. So what the heck's going on here, Culture? Like, was this guy just trying to find one last big jubilee before he goes behind bars?
I can't explain it. I think it was foolhardy, knowing exactly how much everybody should know about Disney. They have a long history with the CIA from the very creation of the giant area that Disney World now sits in, and its own special development district up until recently, which was reappropriated by the state of Florida under SIFTOD now. But they also incorporated a great deal of the technology that Magically MJ was describing when they went into their next gen project that I think Ron probably remembers, at the beginning of the end as far as technology went for Disney's integration of technology into everything that is around you. They also had basically every single piece of bio information available at that time. People would willingly give fingerprints for passes and things like that. And they would also, their faces were immediately recognizable. Plus, you pass through a portal at every single location in the parks. And because of the turnstile situation, they know when you enter, they know when you leave. They have license plate readers and every camera that are focused on your car when you enter and leave parking lots. This is the most surveilled place in the world, most likely outside of China. So, yeah, I think that this was a stupid mistake by somebody who's not a very good criminal.
Big time mistake, and arrested at Walt Disney World. You know they got to love that. You got to, Disney's had all kind of negative stories, and now they got one about a fireworks killer, allegedly a fireworks killer being arrested on their property. They got to be thinking, seriously, dude, could you not go somewhere else? Like go to Busch Gardens. Don't come here. We've got enough problems.
I'm surprised they didn't catch him at a Katy Perry concert.
Oh, Katy Perry's in trouble too. Oh, we can't go there right now. But yes, Katie's not having a good day. Katie is not having a good day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are hearing that the goal counter on YouTube got stuck again. Can you believe this? Come on, YouTube, get this thing fixed to make it up to you all, okay? Because I know we all enjoy saying goal and having the fireworks go off. We're gifting 5 free That Park Place memberships right now from the channel to say thank you. And to say thank you to Snarky as well. But 5 free ones out there, folks. That gets you access to the beta for the game coming out this week from our studios. It's called Zax. Zax is the name, and you're going to stack a lot of blocks. It's like Tetris meets Clax. Get ready. It's coming out this week, and you'll get beta access. We'll show you how and give you the password and everything. Thank you to everybody who helped us hit the goal, and enjoy those memberships. First Dragon Queen for 5. Ronathon and a new animatronic. I'll be providing Ron the expertise, the pro lax. LOL. I got to say, between Culture and Ron, they know more than I when it comes to the robots. We've also got Snarky for 5. Cut the cheese. Do stink. Indeed. Snarky dropping 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 smackerels. No, just a smackerel. Dropping a smackerel for us. And then as a way to say thank you and try to match, folks, 5 from us to you. Ron, you're going to be doing the dish, but first it's time for a Ronathon. Ron, here's how the way a Ronathon works. I know you've not done one before. Ron, you have held many positions and held many different hats. Is that correct?
That is true.
Ron, I want you to think back to the positions that you've had, okay, the jobs you've held. 7 of those, Ron, and I'll keep count for you. I want you to give us a line that you had to say over and over in those jobs that you remember. Maybe it's musical, maybe it's not, or maybe it's a sound that you heard, such as the Gators in Heat. But Ron, give us those lines one at a time, and we're going to guess where it is that you were working that time. You ready?
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay.
All right, Ron, first one.
Blue.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2.
It was more of a because I had a chainsaw. Okay. Number 2. You'll know and love this one.
That would be the sound of a male gator getting it on.
Yes.
Gatorland. Number 3, Ron.
It's true, LeFou, and I've got my sights set on that one.
I'm going to say that's MJ.
Gaston.
But MJ, but yes, MJ, what in, let me see how I put this. Where was he playing Gaston?
I don't know. A play?
Culture, do you remember?
No, but I do remember, push-ups not being
Disney involved. On?
He was on Disney on Ice?
No, I was not on Disney on Ice.
Folks, Ron can do a triple Lux like you can't believe. The man is amazing. He's got sow cows nailed.
Really?
No.
Well, he was doing handstands over the weekend. If you guys didn't catch him, he landed those perfectly too. So,
all right,
yes.
Ron, number 4.
Let me see. Number 4.
Go way back, Ron. Go back to the days when you were at a different theme park. I won't tell him.
No, let's see. Father, we something to tell you. A story of our time.
Culture, do you got any guesses on that one?
No.
The Hoop-de-doo
MJ?
review. Hoop-de-doo review.
That's a good guess. I'm going to guess it's Branson.
No.
Silver Dollar
Yes.
City.
Yes. Well, no. Branson, not Silver Dollar City.
Oh, I should have just left it at Branson. I had to win. All right, number 5, Ron.
That was from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh,
played
okay, yeah,
role
you
of
did.
Reuben in Branson, and that song is called "One More Angel in Heaven." Not the Donny Osmond show, but
That's funny. That's funny. They tried. I'm not going to go into why. We'll talk about it behind the scenes.
All right, 3 more, Ron. 3 more. Here we go.
Oh God, 3 more. Okay. Let's see. What's another? Oh, okay. 20 years of having fun, relaxing when the day is done, and still the folks come back asking for more.
MJ?
Oh my goodness. It wasn't in Florida, right? It was when you were in okay.
This one goes way back.
Okay, it goes way back. So Six Flags, when you were at Six Flags? No. Okay, no.
Oh, that's a good guess, though.
Yeah, I love people. I study them. Yes.
Culture?
Mm-hmm.
You got a guess?
I pay attention.
No.
I'm going to say this one is Your Time in Nashville.
Ooh.
No.
You know, he
All
was
right.
in California too. He was
I
also
was
in
gonna
Vegas.
say that.
That's
yeah.
true.
That is
Ron?
so
No,
true.
okay, so that was from Silver Dollar City's 20th anniversary saloon show.
Oh,
should have known
my
it.
gosh.
Ron, you got 2 more.
1993. Okay. Let's see. This first one, you're going to love this one. Right over there, we have the 1904 World's Fair, the invention of the, what was it called? The Ferris wheel. Yes, the Ferris wheel brought to us in the 1904 World's Fair as also the invention of the waffle cone. And you can enjoy one of those right over there at the ice cream factory.
Vegas?
I'm going to guess that is the Temu version of Carousel of Progress.
No.
Was that in Vegas? In Vegas? Was this
No.
Vegas? No. Okay.
No.
Culture?
I'm stumped. He's stumping me with some of these.
I really like
Six
this
Flags
trivia,
this time?
though.
Six Flags.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. This
Six Flags, I spieled on the train on some days of the week. Not
I wouldn't
often.
recommend that you do that. Yeah, it's a big mess when you spiel.
Yeah, it was just
All right,
spilled
Ron.
all over.
Grand finale.
Okay. Let me see. I got to think of something.
The audience is playing too. I love this so much.
Okay. For this one, we're going to do something a little bit different. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. This sound really weird. Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready. That was
Folks.
Hollywood when he was a stunts man.
He was a stuntman, and I'm going to say it's from the commercial where he is riding the new attraction in Vegas.
That is true.
Hey, we got it.
The skyscraper guy in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand.
All right, well, it's going to be a grand time getting over the dish with you, Ron. We know you got to run because you got to start the show. So we'll send the folks over there to you. Start your countdown, Ron, and maybe take 5 for a bio. But Ron, we'll see you real soon.
Thanks. See ya.
What a Ronathon! MJ, can you tell us one line you've had at a job before? What's one thing you used to say a lot?
Oh gosh. I was always a manager. My job was not nice. But I am a nice person, but I mean, I was always well, let me see. I don't know because I oversaw as an HOA manager. I always oversaw like landscaping and making sure the grounds were beautiful. So I would just say how many I don't know how many I would always be friendly with all the workers too. You got to treat people right. If you want
MJ
them
was
to do
always
a good
like, the
job.
flamingos are very pink. I like that, Mr. Johnson. Looking good.
Something like that. How many
That's right,
trees-
Mr. Velasquez. Nice gnomes.
No, super friendly with the homeowners. Like you have no idea. The residents
right.
are like your those are your people, right? So I don't know. I got to think about it. The line I used to say, you guys can just imagine. HOA is not a fun. It's not a fun business.
Culture, what's one line you've said in your past times?
When you're a jet, all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
Wow, that's beautiful, actually.
Culture, were you advertising for Smokies?
No, when you're a jet, it's a swing and a sting. Little boy, you're a man. Little man, you're a king. The jets are in gear. Our cylinders are clicking.
Wow.
The sharks will steer clear, 'cause every Puerto Rican's a lousy chicken.
Wow.
Hold on, that
We're
would
a
not be
lousy
allowed in
chicken.
that would not be allowed in today's times, eh?
Was that for Bad Bunny? It wasn't for me.
No. It's actually still in the musical to this day.
He's a bad Bad Bunny backup
That's
dancer.
from the original version of West Side Story.
And you played in West Side Story.
I was Riff in West Side Story.
Not bad.
I'll leave you guys with let's see. A dream is a wish your heart makes, the MJ way, and then we are out of here, right? I'm gonna run away when we're done.
A dream is a wish
your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartache. There you go.
There you go. Packing is out there for 5. Can Culture come over to our house in New Jersey and replant our lawn after construction so shoot actually grows on it? I'm going to say that's tough. Packing, you don't want him. He'll bring the worms.
Oh yeah, no worms.
Culture's got worms and he's bringing them to town.
You actually want worms in your yard.
See? I told you.
We got fired.
Snarky, you're fired.
Pretty much.
The Don's back in town. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here. We got to send you over to Ron and the Dish. It's time to wish upon a star that will not be too far away from you. The pro show is tonight, and Wednesday we're back right here on That Park Place. Get ready, more fun and more news that should be fun. We're never done, and we're bringing it to you. And just in case William Thompson's out there anywhere, William, we're missing you, buddy.
Clap it up, light it up, feel that roar. We shine brighter, we want more. Hearts in the stands, hands in the air, all for the name that we all share.